more people. We're so glad you're with us today. Busy day here. We got Dan, we got Hawk, we got Field. They got a lot to say, so you're going to hear about that. And Adam Schefter is with us as well. Lots of news today. That is where we begin with Adam. What is going on with Jayden Daniels?
Laura, he is going to be out on Monday night in Kansas City against the Chiefs on Monday Night Football. And as the Commanders enter the teeth of their schedule, fighting to stay alive, they're going to have to figure out a way to try to win against the Chiefs without Jayden Daniels and with Marcus Mariota starting at quarterback on Monday night. Place Jayden Daniels before this season. He'll have to do it again. The good thing is the Commanders believe they have a highly competent, capable number 2 quarterback. The bad thing is they're going to have to do it without their talented second-year quarterback.
All right, we'll continue to talk about this all week long as that game, as Adam said, on Monday night. Dan, what is your reaction to the news that Jayden Daniels won't play in this one?
It's a bad sign that this season the injuries have really impacted his availability. We all know that this defense is struggling mightily. Dallas put up 40-something on them last week. This team offensively needs to just play to a pace almost like we've talked about Dallas's offense, where they got to score 35+. Second time this year he's going to miss time because of an injury. Mm-hmm. Is it going to impact the way that they call plays? Is it going to impact the way that he plays stylistically? And can they have the season that they kind of expected coming into this year too? So I'm hoping he's going to be healthy as soon as possible, but I do believe it's going to have a butterfly effect of how he plays.
Yeah, and by the way, it's not just him. It might be another week with no Terry McLaurin, no Deebo Samuel. Both those guys missed this past week. Noah Brown, their third receiver, is on injured reserve. And right now the backfield has a little bit of a predictable nature to it. Bill Krosky-Merritt's emerged. He's become a bigger part of their backfield for sure. He's got 7 catches in 7 games. He is only playing on running downs or when they're playing either with a lead or in a close game. If you see someone like Jeremy McNichols on the field, you're expecting some sort of pass. Yeah, this is tough. This season last year was so magical for the team in so many ways, and Jayden gives them so much hope every year when he is available and healthy on the field. But you're playing a second-place schedule as opposed to where they were just a year ago schedule-wise.
I was just thinking how different the vibes are at Washington.
All those one-score games they won last year are just hard to sustain that year over year. So about everything that could go wrong so far for this team has gone wrong.
It has. It's always harder in your second season anyway, right? Even if he played against the Chiefs, I would have questions because of what you said about Terry McLaurin, Deebo Samuel, Noah Brown. Those are his top 3 receivers that he started the season with that he won't have. I mean, they're in man-to-man going to Zach Ertz and relying on him to win in the passing game, and the defense as well. Like, there's nothing that they can rely on. So it's not great that Jayden Daniels isn't healthy, but you would rather him heal up and hopefully it coincides with getting some of the other guys back.
Yeah, by the way, Mariota is going to make his first start on Monday Night Football since the start he made in 2018 at Texans, where he completed 22 of 23 passes. Remember this game? It was a loss, but he posted the 3rd highest completion rate in a game all time. So maybe he's got some magic.
About Monday night, brings out the best.
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, you got to bring something out against Patrick Mahomes and this Chiefs offense that has looked great. Lots more quarterback news to get to. Adam, what did Aaron Glenn say about the Jets quarterbacks today?
Laura, he's not ready to make a decision, and in part because Tyrod Taylor is dealing with a knee injury right now that has left him day to day, and it certainly sounds like the Jets may have been inclined to go to Tyrod Taylor, but with that knee injury now, they have a decision to make. Go to Tyrod Taylor or go to Justin Fields, who Woody Johnson, the Jets owner, said one day earlier that the Jets are having a tough time completing a pass. So that is a decision that is awaiting Aaron Glenn. And as he said, he does not want to give a competitive advantage to the Cincinnati Bengals. As for Bryce Young, he did not practice today in Carolina due to an ankle injury. Dealing with a sprained ankle with Young's sideline, Andy Dalton took the reps. And obviously, if Young is not back behind center during practice tomorrow or Friday, it'll be an indication that he's not going to be starting on Sunday, which certainly seems to be the way that it is moving right now. It looks like a week of Andy Dalton. And in Baltimore, for the first time since he strained his hamstring, Lamar Jackson was back at practice today. It seemed like it might have been in a limited fashion, but his presence out there clearly uplifted the rest of the organization as it looks to jumpstart its season in the second half of the year and make a run at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hard to do that without Lamar Jackson. The good sign was he was out there today, listed as a limited participant in practice, giving him a chance to play Sunday against the Chicago Bears.
Oh, I like that news. New on NFL Live, here's John Harbaugh today.
I think the energy level changes. Heck yeah. Lamar's he's our quarterback. He's a great guy, but also all the guys being out there and where we're at and what we're trying to accomplish and all those things. I mean, our guys respond with great energy, and that's something I feel great about this team in that sense.
Our Ravens reporter, Jamison Henley, is out there today. Of course, got to see practice and see Lamar. What did you see, Jamison, in Baltimore today?
Yeah, Laura, Lamar Jackson practiced for the first time since injuring that hamstring 24 days ago. And when we went out to practice, it took about 18 minutes into practice before I saw him jog onto the field. He did participate in drills, but I also saw him take reps behind Tyler Huntley.
Off race.
So you just laid out how unlikely it is for any team that starts 1-5 to make the playoffs. We have a little bit of confidence in them, in part because they have Lamar Jackson, an MVP type player, and also because the division they play in. The tenor feels a little bit different right now compared to where we were maybe a week or even 2 weeks ago. This feels like must win, and maybe that's stating the obvious, but this feels like the pivot point game for me, because if they win on Sunday against a team that's won 4 straight in the Bears, you build a little bit more confidence. Yeah. And also the rest of the division is now put on notice. Pittsburgh has a difficult game against Green Bay this upcoming weekend. If you don't win on Sunday, Bengals have at least a little bit more energy after what they got last Thursday night out of Joe Flacco. They have a softer schedule coming up compared to what they faced earlier on in the season. So I know nothing by definition can be a must-win in October of the NFL season, but this is as close as you will find for a team to be a must-win.
Yeah, I mean, if they lose this weekend, they're going to have to go on the best run Lamar's ever had to make the playoffs.
You'd have to go probably 10-0 the rest of the way?
Yeah.
Close to it?
What defense leads the NFL in takeaways? If you ask most fans, NFL fans, I bet
Packers,
5% less
right?
would.
Yeah.
Is it the Bears?
The Bears lead the NFL in takeaways.
I just had their game, so I didn't.
I had no idea about that. I think one of the reasons why Dennis Allen has really kind of weaponized Brisker and Gordon as pressure people, and they're a difficult matchup when it comes to like who's going to block who. 7 guys at the line of scrimmage. This is going to be a cover 2 fire zone pressure. But this is Brisker. Scrapes all the way aside, and like this isn't a takeaway, but it's an almost interception. Now Kyler Gordon at the bottom. It's really only a 5-man front, but who's going to block Kyler Gordon? As an offense, you have to constantly ask yourself, is it a back? Is it a tight end? Because he's got that bendability, that tenacity as a pressure guy. That's a big deal. This will end up as a takeaway. 8 guys up at the line of scrimmage. And once again, it's going to be a middle field open, like cover 2 pressure. But the corners and Stevenson's ability to kind of play with vision, those guys end up taking the football away. And I think that's going to be a huge deal for Lamar. Lamar has not, and this offense has not been good against pressure this year. Yeah. Whether it's man or zone, teams have been successful against it. And I think specifically, because what back is going to be the person responsible for protecting against those 2 blitzing safeties? I think that's going to be a really big story point coming into this weekend and leaving this weekend.
Yeah, and don't look now. The Bears' offense has gotten a lot better. They look a lot better. The run game's gotten going in a big way.
Gotten a lot better.
That makes the difference for Ben Johnson-led offense, right? So how could that cause problems for this Ravens defense?
It's going to unlock the Ben Johnson creativity, right? When you look at DeAndre Swift, he is the catalyst for this offense. Yeah. You saw the big plays on the perimeter against the Commanders. This is 2 different concepts from Ben Johnson. Same formation. You motion across to a 2x2, play action, dagger. And that works because of the big game DeAndre Swift had against the Commanders. You come back, same formation, same motion, and now you hit a 23-yard run to DeAndre Swift because you have to respect every element. And for Ben Johnson,
interesting,
his offense only works if the run game is as effective as we've seen it over the last 2 games. Swift is number 2 in the NFL in explosive runs. Yeah. He's really only gotten going the last 2 games, but he really is a difference maker and why Caleb and this offense is really going to come together.
Well, the question still remains. The run game is cooking. The pass game is not. It's not.
Yeah.
No.
And so when will that and the marriage of that really start to take off? That in route was great. That was by far the best offensive play pass game wise they had. Yeah. So I agree with you.
They had a couple other play action as well, but those were that's where he got the chunk of his pass plays last week because it all mirrors together. Now you have 2 consecutive weeks of running the football. So when the Baltimore Ravens are going against them, that is what the focal point is. Hey, we're taking this away, and now you'll see the pass game open up.
It does feel like this week, if you're the Chicago Bears, you keep doing what's worked for the past couple of weeks. You want to continue to run the ball very effectively. It's a good run defense to do it against in Baltimore. For the ceiling of this team, like when we're thinking about December or even January football for the Bears, the passing game has to be a whole lot better than what it has been. But DeAndre Swift has been running his butt off of late because the offensive line's been blocking their butt off as well. They have been excellent throughout much of the season. And I think the past couple of weeks we've seen something a little bit different from DeAndre Swift, which is don't try to make him a between the tackles runner. Let him get out in space.
I think he's a better zone runner as well than he's a gap scheme guy.
And by the way, you got Kyle Monungai, a 7th-round pick out of Rutgers, who can do some of the dirty work. He talks about how like him and Eric Bieniemy, like they're cool with 4.5 yards. Like nothing wrong with the play that advances you far enough ahead of the sticks so you can continue to call everything that you want to on your play sheet. So the running game has opened up a ton for Chicago over the past couple of weeks. Plus those turnovers on defense. And by the way, opportunistic kicking as well. Who would have thought that Jake Moody would be a hero for the Bears? This guy's got 8 field goals over the past couple of weeks. Pretty complimentary football for this Bears team right now.
It all got started when he got called up for the Monday Night Football game when he makes the game-winning kick. The O-line, too, it's interesting. Remember, they put all those guys together. They went out and got some big names. We wondered how they'd mesh, and they've looked really good, to your point.
With a former, CFL Theo Benedict as their left tackle.
Why are you saying it like that with that tone?
Well, I'm just saying it's unlikely. Not everyone. I mean, I only previously knew one former CFL to NFL star.
Okay.
Respect the CFL,
I just want to make sure we're on the same
Tell
page.
him, huh?
I didn't like the tone. I just wanted to clarify.
That's on me.
We got our tone right, okay? We're just